as well.
Yeah, basically what you just said. I don't know if you would technically call it a full rebuild, but it was, a little something like that, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Anything in particular that you really tried to improve this offseason?
Everything, starting in the weight room, on the court, shooting, dribbling, passing, defending, just every aspect of the game.
What have the pickup games felt like for you in terms of off-ball movement, chemistry, especially with Kuz and Jordan Poole being on the floor, and Tyus also, but what have you felt like on the floor with them?
It feels pretty easy. Tyus is a really good point guard. He's got great vision, and then you got Kuz and Jordan able to make a whole lot of spectacular plays. So they make it pretty easy for me, but at the same time, it's still very fun to be out there with those guys.
Hey Johnny, you mentioned you wanted to improve everything over the offseason. If you could narrow it down to maybe one or two things on the court that you really want to see improvement from in your game heading into year two, what would they be?
Shooting and playmaking for sure. I felt like last year I didn't really know a whole lot of the reads until later in the year when I got to play a little bit. But coming into this year, it's just doing whatever the right play is to help the team win.
There are a lot of new arrivals this year, both veterans and guys like Bilal, younger guys. You're in the middle, obviously. You're still very young. You're in your second year, but being sort of that you're heading into that middle ground between young guy and vet. Obviously, you're still very young, but how do you find that role, and how do you sort of use your age as a way to gap Bilal and the veterans?
I guess you could say Bilal kind of looks at me like a vet. He's very new to this, his rookie year, and then the rest of the vets, I'm kind of still like a rookie to them. So, I'm just really no middle in between with age and all that. We're all just basketball players just here to hoop.
Hi, Johnny. How would you compare entering this training camp to last year, specifically with the whirlwind you had, having your first kid born and all that, and it being your rookie season?
Mm-hmm. I feel like I lifted a 50-pound vest off my chest. It was just every single day. It was just a lot of nerves, thinking about what's going on back home, thinking about what I gotta do while I'm here. But the first year definitely helped me find like a ground level to even both of them out and equally spend time here and there. So I definitely got the hang of it now.
And it sounds like you guys have the personnel and the mindset to maybe play a little bit faster and run a little bit more this year. How do you think you could fit into that?
I think I will fit in greatly with that. I would say I'm in pretty good shape right now, and I'm able to get up and down the floor pretty good. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hi Johnny. Over the last 5 games, you averaged 17, 6, and 3. You were shooting a lot better. What clicked for you? Was it confidence? Was it just playing time, getting the opportunities? What was it?
A little bit of both. I remember I went home to Wisconsin during All-Star break, and I got to see my family and my siblings, and it just brought me back to what I used to do in college and what I used to do back home. So I would say it definitely gave me a big confidence boost.
And lastly, what would you say is the hardest part of your rookie season? Was it the travel? Was it adjusting to NBA life? What was it?
Everything. I would say everything. Definitely traveling was hard. Just being away from my newborn baby, but also just like adjusting from the college level to the NBA level. You never really understand like how difficult it is to make that jump until you actually do it.
Hi, Johnny. You mentioned the jump just now, and then Bilal making the jump, but from a different perspective of going from playing overseas professionally to being a rookie in the NBA. Have you had conversations with him about what he can expect, the whirlwind that he's going through right now that you experienced? Obviously, he doesn't have his first kid right off the bat, but have you had those types of conversations trying to give him some advice on what he could expect?
Not too much. I feel like he's a very smart kid. And he's picked up on things pretty well, but I also feel like coming from that professional level overseas, in a way it's kind of similar. So I think he'll do just fine. He'll pick up on everything pretty quickly.
And then with what you said about wanting to work on everything and improve on everything, going into year 2, you've had 1 year with being a dad and you've been able to experience that. How fresh do you feel as you step into your second training camp, knowing that there's fresh eyes from the front office and Wes is kind of looking at you differently as well too with what your role can be with this team?
Yeah, like you said, fresh, clean slate. It's like last year never happened, honestly. You know, I'm coming in here just not letting last year affect, you know, if I'll play or not, how I'll play, It's just, you know, coming in, working hard every single day, you know, and when the coaches and the front office are up there, you know, watching us practice, just making sure I'm the hardest worker out there.
And last one for you. I know I asked you this during last season, just your experience with going down with the Go-Go, getting that experience, getting the playing time as a professional, and then that jump that you made at the end of the season. What can you take from that experience going into year 2 to not have to go back and forth and have that experience as well?
Just rewatching a lot of tape, a lot of film, getting with the coaches, just asking them what they want me to do, what their vision is for me. But just most importantly, just making sure putting in extra hours of work and just, you know, working as hard as I possibly can.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, guys.